Alright, so, here's my review of Godzilla Rulers of Earth Volume 3. In a nutshell, holy shit, was this amazing! No, really, Godzilla Rulers of Earth continues to be just a fun, amazing, absolutely just, probably the best IDW Godzilla comic out there, and probably one of, if not the best, well, one of the best Godzilla series ever. Probably the best Godzilla comic ever is the Half-Century War, the miniseries by James Stokoe. This, however, Rulers of Earth is probably the best Godzilla ongoing they've done. Which is, for lack of a better word, yeah. This, as my good friend Zazubar once summed up this comic, it's a Godzilla comic made for Godzilla fans by Godzilla fans. And this comic proves that no better. This volume right here has literally some of the best fights and best moments in here. We get so much in here, and so much storytelling with this volume alone, as well as some really just epic moments that, man, there's just so much to talk about in here. Starting off, I feel like every new story arc has, at this point I've kind of realized, every new story arc is without well, Godzilla's in here for a little bit, but he's not the main focus for every new story arc in each new volume. And the first story arc, in this story arc, it delves into why the monsters attack, and why the monsters go on these huge rampages. And it goes into a little backstory of each of all the monsters, saying that, you know, the first time this happened was when was a fight between Megalon and King Caesar that started this this whole mess the first time around, and started the extinction of mankind in the first place. And this also gets into a little cool backstory of where the Infant Islanders come from. We also find out that Godzilla is tied to a prophecy, and Godzilla is meant to be a monster that is meant to either conquer or destroy. You know, he's meant to save or destroy the world. So Godzilla is also. They also openly acknowledge that Godzilla is, for all intents and purposes, Godzilla is an abnormality in the world. It doesn't exist. You know, all the other monsters are kind of all the other kaiju are very ancient. Godzilla is the only one that is, you know, he's this new monster. He's this new element in this world. He is this completely new force in the universe. And whether or not he's on his own side or the mankind side, he's meant to save them or destroy them, that's, you know, no one really knows. And that's why the Cryogs and the Devonians, the two alien races in here, are kind of dead set on destroying him, because they know Godzilla is probably the most powerful kaiju out there, and also he is, you know, they're very much like, look, we don't know where he came from, he's way too powerful, we need to take him out. So, with that, you know, Godzilla plays a major role in here, in this story. I mean, yeah, it's obviously his book, he plays a major role. But now it feels like, in this story, his role in this, in what's to come, really play a big part in here. It really shows how major of a character he is. So, among other things with this, we get the, you know, this story mainly focuses on the fall of the Devonians, who I'm pretty sure most of you guys know that the Devonians are meant to be the Ceetopians, and the Cryogs are meant to be the Simians. The reason being why we have these original aliens, the Devonians and the Cryogs, is more or less because IDW was not allowed to use the alien races or any of the human characters from the Godzilla franchise. Although they were, for some reason, they were allowed to use the Simians and Mickey Sagusa in the Titanosaurus one-shot from Godzilla Legends. I don't know why that was the only time they decided to allow that, but that's a strange moment right there. I know that's a weird place to put them. But yeah, let's talk about some of the monster fights. Yeah, there are some really epic monster fights in here. Starting off with Godzilla taking on Titanosaurus, Manda, and Ghidorah. I mean, seriously, Godzilla fights those three kaijus at once, and he literally uses Manda like a whip. He grabs Manda and starts beating the shit out of Titanosaurus and Ghidorah with him. And then Destroya comes in, and it's just one big mishmash of monsters all trying to kick his ass. We also have this happens. Yeah, this picture right here. Yeah, this happens. Godzilla finally fights the Gargantuas, and trust me, it is worth it. It was worth the wait of seeing Godzilla fight Gyra and Sonda. Those two. Here's the thing: Gyra and Sonda may be called Gargantuas, but they are in no way the largest kaiju ever. They're actually probably some of the smallest kaiju, and yeah. They know exactly right up front, yeah, there's two of us, but we're smaller than Godzilla, and he could easily kick our ass. So I love how Chris Mallory, the writer of the comic, how he manages to do this kind of storytelling, and how he has the Gyra and Sonda try to compete with Godzilla. And it's a pretty epic fight. It's a pretty freaking awesome fight between in this handicap match. And when I say handicap match, I mean Gyra and Sonda are the people are the normal people fighting. Godzilla's the handicap. Where was I going with this? We also get the arrival of Monster Island. We get Monster Island in here, and a cool fight between Baragon and Kiryu, as well as seriously. These guys know how to make Jet Jaguar epic, and if you thought in the last volume where Jet Jaguar flies into Orga's mouth and grows big and makes him explode, yeah, this comic continues to prove that Jet Jaguar is an almighty badass. What does he do this time? First off, he fights Destroya to a draw. Yeah, the Destroya that that helped kill Godzilla. Yeah, that Destroya. Then he flies into Kiryu and activates the Absolute Zero Cannon and freezes Destroya. Yeah, that is the most epic shit I have ever seen. Oh my god. And Destroya in here, yeah, Destroya is a pretty epic monster, and I know that apparently in the rules between Toho and IDW is that IDW is not permitted to kill any monsters. Well, they are permitted to kill the new monster coming out called the Trilopod, which is a completely new monster for the Toho universe that was created for this comic book. So, yeah, that's going to be really cool, and seeing all the monsters fight this Trilopod invasion, that's going to be something that's been building up. But yeah, this comic continues to be probably some of the best Godzilla stuff to come out. You've got not just the Toho, you've got almost all the Toho monsters in here. You got Megagyrus and Gorosaurus, they make an appearance in here. Kamebis makes an appearance in here. So many monsters, guys. So many monsters make their, full-on appearance in this comic book. If you're not reading Godzilla Rulers of Earth yet, seriously, if you're a Godzilla fan, go read this comic. I can't even stress this enough. I cannot stress this enough. If you are a Godzilla fan, go out and pick up, the four volumes that are out now, as of this recording, of Godzilla Rulers of Earth. And the series, the ongoing series, is coming to an end. It's not being canceled, it's just coming to its end in issue 25. So, we will be seeing that, with this series ending, and then Chris Mallory and Matt Frank are going to be doing something else. They haven't said if it's Godzilla related yet, but hopefully it is. Anyway, so once again, I highly recommend Godzilla Rulers of Earth. Once again, hope you all enjoyed this review, and I will see you guys later.